Hi, I'm Virtual Grant,
And I'm the Ballistic Beard.
and welcome to the Debug. First things first, I suppose we should probably tell you about ourselves. I am a part-time streamer to Twitch TV. I'm also a full-time farmer, but I've been gaming since probably the PS1, so a long time. I grew up on console, so I really love my controller. But as of like 5 years ago, I finally started playing PC games. So I don't know. People mock me because I don't like the keyboard. But it's versatile though. But anyway, that's me.
Uh, I suppose been gaming pretty much all my life. Known Virtual Grant forever. I'm actually the first one to get him into it because I had the PS1 first,
That's
so I
very
can take
true.
credit for that. Um, Consoles all the way. I don't really get into computers, although Virtual Grant's trying to convert me over slowly but surely.
We're gonna
And
get you there. But I guess kind of about the show. We're going to be exploring new depths. Neither one of us have done this before. Um, we're going to be trying to look at video games, movies, kind of tech, what we think is cool at the time. And what we think is cool may not be what you think is cool. So if you want to, I guess, tell us how you feel in the comment section, we won't be against that. Also, if you have something that you want to see us talk about, leave us a comment on that too. We're kind of open-minded. Are we open-minded? I'd like to think we're open-minded.
very open-minded.
Yeah, about some stuff at least.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I guess the first topic that we're probably going to break into here is it's somewhat controversial. We won't be exploring too many political things on the show, but the
It's hard
first thing,
not political in today's society, really.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, everything is political anymore. Everything has to be PC, and
That's right.
we saw that with Battlefield 1 a little bit. It just went crazy with that. I mean, everybody had to have a say so in it, and it just, I don't know, that bugged me. And so that kind of bled over into the. I mean, it's not even released yet, but it kind of bled over into Call of Duty World War II, and I don't really quite understand, what the hubbub is. But I don't really know what the issue is with all this. It's everybody has something to say about something. Nothing is good enough the way it is because you have to please everybody. I mean,
No pleasing.
yeah,
It's
no
not
one,
gonna happen.
no one can be left out. But anyway, the Ballistic Beard here, he's got the rundown on what's going on with the multiplayer at the very least. So, what's up? What's going on?
Well, just from watching videos and people's opinions, it seems like a big thing is in multiplayer they've done away with the swastika. There will not be a swastika on there, supposedly. It's not out yet, so who knows? But it's gaming worldwide, of course. So there's some countries the swastika is outlawed. You can't even show it. It's illegal. So
But I mean, this is technically a historical representation of World War II. I mean, it did happen. Why are we trying to sweep it under the rug?
well, I don't think they're sweeping it under the rug because as far as I can gather, in the campaign story, you'll see swastikas and things like that. That's going to be in a story. That should be all accurate. It's just they gotta tread lightly in the multiplayer game because offending people, and like I said, it is worldwide. So
I can take a shotgun and blow somebody's head completely off, and that offends no one. But a
this is true.
swastika,
This is true.
just stuff like that offends people, I guess.
Yes.
I
And,
mean, there's swearing in the game. I'm certain there is. This is a war game, so that offends no one either.
swearing on TV now. That's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
We've got that.
So we can swear, but the swastika is.
Well, it stands for evil, so we got to do away with it.
I guess.
AKA the Confederate flag, but I won't get into that. Let's stay away from that.
That's true. Yes, we won't touch it. So, but is that the biggest thing? Is the swastika the biggest thing about multiplayer? What else are they doing to change the experience?
Another thing is women in the game. Obviously, World War II. There were women in World War II, but they weren't on the front lines. They weren't fighting. At least on our side. I mean, you do have Russia.
Yes.
I mean, many women snipers.
And you know, statistics have proven that women make better marksmen than men, which is kind of interesting. It's an interesting statistic, but it's been proven several times over. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and there's nothing saying that they can't. It's just some people have a problem with seeing them in a game because I think everybody anymore, when they think of World War II, they're thinking Saving Private Ryan, things like that. That's the standard.
I've got a very good point that I'd like to bring up again.
Yes.
So, a swastika is bad, but
Yes.
you can be a woman in multiplayer. And again, I can take a shotgun and eviscerate you. But that's PC. That's okay.
They're just worried about imagery. That's right.
Okay.
I could shoot you in the face 10 times during that game, and no one's going to bat an eye.
Okay, all right. So
also jump on your corpse or grenade your corpse, and that's totally fine too.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd like to think that they're taking this politically correct stance a little bit too far. I mean, you can go seven different ways with any of this.
Yes.
But I guess, I mean, it's all in the eye of the beholder, as long as you're happy with it. Because, what do you think? Do you think there will always be somebody upset with this?
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's human beings, there's going to be someone upset and someone happy.
Okay, so...
Election, for instance.
Exactly right. So, now that we're exploring that possibility, why are we bending a knee to these people that just complain about everything? You know what they can do? Not spend $60 and not buy the game.
Well, and this is just all internet saying right now. I mean, and the game's not even out yet. It's
Exactly.
Just,
We're just throwing this out there. This is just what we've heard.
There's some people that are upset that there's, in multiplayer at least, they're taking certain things away. For instance, the swastika, and they're adding things like women you'll be able to play as a woman on the game, and which is that an issue? I don't think so.
No, I would agree with you, to be honest with you. I would agree with that.
Because there's going to be women playing. There's plenty of women that game.
Mm-hmm.
Since there's ever been games, there's always been women gamers. So, I mean, if you're a woman, I assume you would want to play as a woman. So I don't see the issue there. And
exactly. And it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy when guys play as women in video games. I find that odd, personally.
That's personal preference, I guess.
Yeah, unless that's your only choice, i.e., Tomb Raider. But
yeah, I agree with you there. But
I do agree though. I'd like to see that women would get an option to play as a woman in a video game. I don't know. I don't see, as far as imagery being an issue, I don't see why it has to be such a big deal. I mean, for me, the swastika is kind of I don't see that being a big deal. It's a World War II video game. That happened during World War II. It's historical. I keep coming back to that because it's just right over my head why that's a big deal. I mean, I understand.
Maybe they'll change their mind.
That's true. It's not out yet. It's not
out
yet.
Rumors.
We'll just have to see when it comes out what exactly they've decided in all of this.
Big argument is they want to keep it accurate, and people are saying you take swastika out, you put women in it, it's not accurate. But if you want to get accurate, plenty of game film on there with certain guns being suppressed with suppressors. That wasn't really a thing in World War II. I'm pretty sure on one video at least I saw a VAR with a reflex sight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that just wasn't there. Do I want to see it? Of course, because it's fun to put stuff on your guns and use that. But if you want to argue accuracy, well, you got to take that away too. So
you've got me there. You really do. And we can roll it right back again to Battlefield 1. A lot of the guns in that game weren't necessarily accurate. In fact, a vast majority of them weren't necessarily accurate. As far as to see an entire platoon carrying experimental weapon, no, you wouldn't see that. You might see one or two guys with an experimental weapon.
Right. I mean, and the guns in Battlefield 1, they were real guns. They were made, but yeah, they weren't used widely. But
as far as
certain people that just don't want to run around with a bolt action rifle the whole time.
Yeah.
I have no problem with, because
as far as imagery goes, they left all the symbols, for every country in that game. They left them all alone. They didn't touch them. So I guess this just goes to show you, between, I guess, Activision and EA, what the biggest selling points were. I mean, they did bend the knee, and single player campaign, they did allow a playable character as a woman.
Right.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it was a Muslim woman in a combat role. That very much wasn't historically accurate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it didn't happen, but the odds of it happening are slim to none.
No. Yeah. Agreed.
It's not that we have anything against
still
Muslims.
made for a great game.
It's just, I mean, I guess one could argue historical accuracies of video games, maybe not the biggest selling point. I guess we could look at, is it fun? And was Battlefield 1 fun?
It was awesome.
Yeah, I played the whole campaign and I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it. So
I really wish I actually reviewed the game, and I really wish there was more of it, because it felt really short.
All the games anymore the campaigns anyways just feel way too short. But when you're cranking out games every year, I guess
that's very true. But I mean, looking forward to COD World War II. It's been a long time since we've rolled back to World War II. When was the last World War II game we had? It was a Call of Duty. I think
World at War. World at War. That was
the last one, because then they started cranking out Modern Warfare right after that.
Right.
So I still remember the days of Medal of Honor, back when that was the go-to, the cookie cutter.
When you hear that chain.
Yeah, that one died a noble death. Gone forever. R.I.P. But
Nazi zombies are coming back too, so
that's very true. We have Nazi zombies.
Should be very exciting.
So I guess, I mean, if we are arguing historically, accurate games, like you said, we have Nazi zombies.
Right, but that's just for pure fun.
Exactly right. So,
and that's what games are for. They're for pure fun.
Exactly.
To a point, but it's all about having fun on them.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you're, a man or a woman, if you're a child or you're old. It doesn't matter your religious orientation, as long as you enjoy a video game. That is
right.
That's the main thing. So,
and just having an open mind about things that you see on the game, because if you're just downright offended by Nazis or anything like that, well, get on Nazi zombies and take out your frustration.
Exactly. It's either that or vote with your wallet. You've got $60 that you want to buy a game with. Don't buy this game if it offends you. I mean,
right.
Then we bring up market share, I suppose. if they appease everybody, their market share grows. So I suppose it could be, running a cost analysis. They decided that they needed to appease more people in order for more people to buy the game.
Well, I think, and again, it's all speculation, but the changes they've made or took away from multiplayer, I don't see that as a big deal because
It's not make or break.
You want a historic game to do. You go play the campaign, you enjoy that for what it is. But as far as multiplayer goes, you're not, at least I'm not, looking around at small details. I'm running around trying to inflict pain. So
That's true.
it's just this is a place to unwind and have fun with it. I mean, so as far as things being taken away from it, is it historically accurate?
That's what's for
I
that.
mean,
That's what the campaign's for.
you're taking multiplayer too serious.
Exactly right.
Multiplayer is just to have fun, level up, get new weapons, modify weapons, and just raise hell.
Hmm. It should be a riot of a time, regardless of what they end up with. I mean, do you think you're gonna buy it?
Oh, I'm buying it for sure. And
Yeah.
I haven't bought a COD game since I think I did buy Black Ops 2. I want to say I did buy it. I don't know if I bought it right away though. So I want to say the first time I bought one released would be Black Ops 1.
Yeah. I did not buy Black Ops 2, but a while later, I told myself I haven't bought a COD game in a long time, so I bought Ghosts. I don't have a whole lot to say about that. I didn't even bother reviewing it. It was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, it was fun, don't get me wrong, but I guess if you want to argue historical accuracy of a game that takes place in the future, woo! Anyway,
You know,
we
the
just won't
thing
even talk about it.
with Call of Duty series, they just raise the bar way up with the Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I mean, I still don't know a game that beats those as far as war games go.
Exactly.
I mean, so
those were
they set the bar too high, I guess. I don't. That's what everybody expects.
yeah, those kind of took the cake. They really did. They might revisit the Normandy landings. They might revisit that because I guess World War II game that's kind of a staple anymore.
Right.
I wouldn't be opposed to that if they revisit the Normandy landings. I'm actually hoping they do because
Yes, I want to be on that beach.
exactly. You want to see what's going on. It should be epic, regardless of what they do and what they add to the multiplayer, the single player, whatever they do. It should be a riot of a time, and I think we could both agree on that.
Right. I just wish they would have visited the Pacific Theater during that. It looks like it's all going to be the European theater, which is fine, but
If you look at,
I enjoyed that.
I
Whereas
guess
where you did.
you look at World War II games.
They're
How
all
many visit the Pacific Theater? The only one that I can think of is just one.
is World War.
Uh, well, they don't. That's right. That would make two then, because World War was in the Pacific Theater.
Yes.
So then I can think of two. The only other one was Medal of Honor: Rising Sun.
Yes.
That was the only. So we only have two games out of an entire slew of video games that took place in World War II. We only have two games.
Right.
So maybe we'll see an option to visit. I'm guessing. I mean, it's a COD, so we're going to see DLC. We will probably see Pacific Theater maps in a map pack for online play. I can almost guarantee that's going to happen. But I almost guarantee.
I guess we'll know in November where it really stands.
That's
But
true.
I'm for sure gonna get it because it's World War II, Call of Duty. You gotta try it. Get back in the franchise. Get behind it.
And again, this is all speculation. It should be a riot of a time.
Yeah, and as far as the multiplayer goes, just I don't know, take a breath and
Take a breath and try
have
not
fun.
to be offended by everything.
Yeah,
That would probably be the best course of action for a lot of folks. But
I think a lot of people just need to relax and just if you don't like it, either deal with it or get away from it.
Uh,
I guess.
that's really the best course of action. I mean,
My opinion's going to be totally different from a panel of 20 people.
exactly. And me
And
and
that's what makes us great.
yeah,
Having different opinions is absolutely a great thing,
and
but don't take your opinion and try to ruin someone else with it. So
me and the Ballistic Beard here, we've known each other practically all our lives, but we
yeah,
have
since kindergarten we went to school together.
exactly, and we have different opinions on a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean that we can't get along. I mean,
No, just tell you you're wrong and I'm always right and move on. That's what I'm going to go with. But
but
yeah, I mean, then there's sometimes where we might be talking about something, and you make a good point, and then that's supposed to be where you either accept it or look in farther and see if you actually agree with that point. Actually research it, have an opinion of it. Don't just say no.
don't be closed-minded.
Yes, exactly.
But that is about as politically, as political as we're going to get on the debug. We're probably not going to dive into anything more than that. And as far as COD World War II, I guess we'll just see what it's like at release, and
Yeah,
we'll,
definitely.
we'll revisit this topic when it comes out. All right. Well, that's going to be the end of our video game news, and we're going to keep the same topic of World War II and roll into our movie news. I guess what movie are we going to talk about today?
Talking about Dunkirk.
All right.
Just out.
I went to see it, and you went to see it not that long ago. I guess what did you think? What did you think of it?
I thought it was a well produced movie. I like they filmed it at different scenes, but at the same time, but in different places. That was really interesting how they did that.
And that's very Christopher Nolan.
Right.
He was the director of the movie. That's just his style. But
It was kind of depressing to a certain point.
that's
Just
very
when
true.
there's hope, there is no hope.
I mean, the entire movie is about one big retreat, so
But this scene here that you're seeing with the beach, that really made me think of like Inception. It's just what's going on here.
where they started the movie explaining this is day, 1 week.
Yeah, correct.
But I don't know. It was interesting to say the least. I mean, the story was told well.
Well, they didn't really tell the beginning though. It was just the end. They didn't really, if you don't know much about World War II, you don't even know why they're here. They have to get off this beach. This is all you know.
Exactly. It wasn't necessarily you weren't given the backstory. So either you know what happened at Dunkirk before you went to see the movie, or you don't, and you're clueless.
Yeah, just like I was in Inception.
Pretty much. But it was told well. That's a strong point for it. But I don't know. The fact that it was one giant battle from beginning to end. I mean, I enjoyed it, but then a part of me didn't. I mean, more backstory would have been nice.
Most of the enjoyment would have been the plane battles.
I really wish there was more of that.
Yes, the whole movie could have been that. I would have been fine with it. But
more Tom Hardy. I've got a man
Yes.
crush on Tom Hardy.
Yes.
I mean, more of him would have been just fine.
just like we need more cowbell, we need more Tom Hardy.
Oh, that's very true.
That's what we need. But I mean, it's definitely worth seeing.
Yes.
Is it a movie you're just gonna? Oh my gosh! I just saw Dunkirk. I gotta get this. Maybe not.
Yeah, I liked how you said that. You're not gonna go run out and buy the DVD. I liked when you said that. That's an accurate.
It's not like some World War II movies, for instance, like Inglourious Bastards, where you're like, I have to have this movie.
Yes, I pre-order that right when I leave the theater. Yeah,
it's yeah, you should watch it.
it's a good one. It's not what I mean, it's Christopher Nolan, which that's the biggest selling point that I have for it, because It's told well, it's directed well, it's entertaining, it's captivating. It's just like you said, not one that I haven't pre-ordered it or anything like that. I will probably wait till it's in the $10 bin and buy that thing.
Yeah, it's probably a bargain deal.
Yeah. Now,
So,
the
no, I
newest.
mean the scenes how they were shot, and like once again, especially the aerial battles.
Oh yes.
I mean, they did a great job in filming it, and it's just you're kind of if you don't know history, you're kind of like, what are these guys' deals? There's 400,000 men on this beach, and they're doing nothing but waiting for boats.
Exactly. But
So
I mean, the newest Guy Ritchie movie was King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. To break into a new topic altogether, uh, about just running out and buying movies. That one I actually went to go see, and I was surprised. Terrible reviews. I mean, Dunkirk got great reviews, and I mean it was worth the reviews. But the newest Guy Ritchie movie, it got terrible reviews, but ended up doing really well. In my opinion, it was a great movie. I actually pre-ordered that movie the day after I saw it because it was that good. That's just me. It was great. So I mean, I'm not gonna say that movies don't basically make me run out and go pre-order them like a video game, but this just wasn't that example.
well, I mean, and I'm not no professional movie reviewer, but I mean, it was a good movie, but was it just gotta have it kind of quality? No,
No,
no, probably not.
wow.
I mean, it wasn't waste your time.
It
Like,
was it was a good what 2.5 hours, I think is what it was. It was a good 2.5 hours.
I think it's about
It was
2 hours.
about 2 hours. Yep. It was enjoyable. We'll say that. I think we can both agree on the fact that it was enjoyable.
Yes.
All right, that's going to be the end of our movie news, and we're just going to slide straight into what's going on in the world of TV. You got anything you're watching at the moment?
Well, winter's come, and I am watching Game of Thrones right now, and I
It's
am
hard not to.
stoked. I am stoked. Sunday is the day that is circled on all my calendars right now. Uh, 2 episodes so far. One more coming out this week, of course, and it's most Game of Thrones seasons, the episodes start a little slow, but then they pick up, and episode 2 definitely picked up right away. But just other than that, Ari's out getting her revenge. I don't think you've watched any new episodes yet, have you?
I haven't yet. I've kind
All
of
right.
been saving
I'm not gonna play
myself.
spoiler, and you're going to be okay with that?
I'm just gonna have to be. I've been saving myself for the official binge of the year.
The problem is you got too much on your plate, so you got like priorities, and you should have Game of Thrones on priority.
Yeah,
Priority.
I know. I know.
But yeah, so I mean, if you've watched all the other seasons though, so
Yes, I'm caught up. I'm there.
the Red Wedding, I still to this day have not recovered from the Red Wedding.
Didn't see it coming.
And 2 days after watching that episode, I was at work and I just texted my wife and I was just like, I still don't feel right about it. That was not right. But so episode 1 picked up with Ari getting her revenge on where the Red Wedding took place, poisoned all the guys up in there and got her revenge. So that was pretty sweet. Obviously, the White Walkers are coming.
Winter has come.
And my wife pointed this out to me. I think she saw it online. But the intro to Game of Thrones where they show the map.
Yes.
Well, if you look when they go up to the north where the wall is, you can actually see the water freezing up there by the wall. So I think the White Walkers are coming because the water is frozen. They're going to be walking across the frozen sea to get into the north. So they're just going to walk around the wall is what I'm thinking. And there's a couple of rumors on that. So I'm not taking credit for that. That's not my fact finding, but that's something to think about. And then the Kingslayer, I think by the end of the season, he's going to be called the Queen Slayer. I think his love affair with Xerxes has come to close, and I think he's going to close that chapter. But
Which
that's
was
just
kind of creepy in general. It was,
yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I can't accept that.
I think
But,
everybody that watches Game of Thrones could probably say, yeah, that is probably a little creepy.
yeah, I don't think you're gonna have someone say, well, I don't see a problem with that because
I think everybody sees a problem with
you're
that.
nuts. But yeah, so that's going on, and I think old Jon Snow and Khaleesi, they're gonna team up and take control of this world.
Which would be all right. I would like to see that.
Oh yeah, episode 2 ended with Jon's taking up her proposal to go see her, and I think
Should
you're
be
gonna see an
interesting.
interesting scene there.
It's either that or you'll see another red wedding of sorts.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
But they
It's
brought
hard-
Jon Snow back from the dead once.
Right. They can do it again. They did it once, you can do it again.
Exactly.
But that's what I got on my plate for right now. Waiting patiently for October for Walking Dead. But what have you been watching here recently?
Well, I actually saw the trailer for season 2 for Stranger Things. I thought that was interesting. It just kind of, I had yet to watch season 1 for Stranger Things, and I had to. I went and I binge watched that whole thing, about 8 hours worth. If you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest.
See, and I haven't seen it. You were talking about it here recently when we got together, and that's on Netflix.
That's on Netflix. That's a Netflix original series. So if you got Netflix, I'd strongly recommend picking that up. It's worth it. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but if you like Dungeons and Dragons, it's got a little feel of that going on in it. Even if you don't like it, I'd still strongly suggest watching it because it's worth it. It's really good. And then beyond that, I'm seeing more and more trailers for Westworld Season 2. That, if you haven't seen Westworld Season 1, oh man. If you want mind-blowing, I don't know if they're going to return with the same filming strategy that they did in Season 1. I can't even say much on that if you haven't seen Season 1 because it'd give it all away. But oh man, the last couple episodes of Season 1 were just mind-blowing. They were, I don't know, I loved it. It was amazing. But that's what I'm watching. So I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Westworld is what you were saying.
Oh, it's worth it. It's worth a watch.
To look into that.
Yeah. But this has been the Debug. This was our first show, so if you want to, you can tell us what you think in the comments. We'd appreciate that. We'll
even if you got negative things to say, we want to hear it.
Exactly. We want to tailor our show.
Skin. We can take her.
Most of the time, unless we're talking about COD World War II. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us what you think, and we'll see what we can do, where we can improve. But
if you got suggestions or even topics to look into, something you want to see reviewed, maybe we could look into that. Can't guarantee it because if we don't like it, we're not going to do it.
Exactly right. But that was the Debug, and thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.